to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, police continue to investigate a pair of deadly accidents, including in Naples, where a young man struck a tree. Plus, the Maine State Police is sending out a call for more troopers. And from Cyber Monday sales to a Main Street near you, the holiday shopping season is now well underway. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us. Emma Smith is off today. We're going to have those stories for you coming up in just a few moments. But first, a check of the forecast. It looks like the rain that we've been having overnight will eventually leave the area this morning, setting us up for some sunshine later on in the day. For more on what we can expect, let's turn things over to Conrad.
Thank you so much. Our first weather today is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Oronoa, Maine. So visibilities are a little bit down today, and that is because we got more rain. Yes, more rain is still lingering in the area. For the most part, it is gone. Most of that heavy rain is out of the region. We do actually have a little bit of snow even to the north. A couple of inches have piled up, but overall it is looking pretty good. As this low pressure system continues to move out of the region, that's a good sign for us because that means later in the day we'll have some decreasing clouds. Temperatures, though, are pretty much in those upper 30s to low 40s for the most part. Besides the coast, look at the coast. Look at Machias coming in at 50 degrees, Bar Harbor, Rockland in those mid to upper 40s right now. That's a whole different story compared to the temperatures all the way up north where there is a little bit of snow falling. Today, though, temperatures will be rebounding, hovering in those mid 40s. Some rain showers in the morning, but it will quickly start to move away. Decreasing clouds later in the day today. Tonight, though, temperatures will be cold. 21 degrees is the low under a mostly clear sky, so decreasing clouds continuing into the overnight hours. Tomorrow, temperatures will be chilly, hovering in those mid-30s with a mostly sunny sky. Later on today, though, like I said, we'll have some decreasing clouds and temperatures continuing to rise into those mid-40s.
All right, thank you, Conrad. We'll see you a little later on with your full forecast. In today's news, authorities continue to look for answers after a person's body washed ashore on Sears Island in Searsport. The Waldo County Sheriff's Office reports the body of a young man in his 20s was discovered by a group of hikers Saturday morning. According to our sister station, WGME TV, it appeared the body had been in the water for a long amount of time. It was taken to the medical examiner's office in Augusta to determine the man's identity and how he died. Police continue to investigate a pair of deadly accidents that occurred over the long holiday weekend. The latest happened around 1:30 Sunday afternoon in Naples. According to the Cumberland County Sheriff's Department, two vehicles crashed near routes 302 and 35. They say 19-year-old Ethan Gardner of Otisfield struck the rear end of a vehicle that had stopped at a traffic light. They say he then fled the scene before police arrived. But his vehicle was found crashed into a tree further down the roadway. Gardner was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say the crash remains under investigation and that Gardner's license had been suspended at the time of the crash. Meanwhile, a second deadly crash happened Friday night in Waterville. One person was struck and killed during a pileup of vehicles on Interstate 95. It was just after 7 p.m. The Augusta Regional Communications Center received numerous reports of multi-vehicle crashes on the Messalonsky Bridge on I-95 due to the icy roadways. According to State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss, numerous secondary crashes happened on the bridge. Moss says 59-year-old Michelle Demchak of Madison stopped to render aid to the occupant of a sedan that had crashed into the bridge barrier. 39-year-old Bradford Enos of Atkinson entered the crash area around that same time, driving a Ford pickup truck and towing a car carrier. When he struck the sedan and hit Demchak, who was standing near the car. Demchak was pronounced dead at the scene by emergency responders. 3 others were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. There were 10 crashes reported in all. Both lanes of traffic were shut down for a few hours while authorities cleared the scene. State troopers and the crash reconstruction team were on the scene investigating. Shannon Moss says it appears imprudent speed during the inclement weather appeared to be contributing factors in all of those crashes. Well, a man accused of murdering his brother is expected to make his first court appearance this week. 34-year-old Justin Butterfield was arrested Thursday after an altercation in the town of Poland. The Androscoggin County Sheriff's Department responded to the home on Poplar Drive for a disturbance complaint. Deputies located a man's body at the home. The victim has since been identified as 38-year-old Gabriel Demore of Poland. The medical examiner ruled his death was a homicide. After interviewing witnesses and processing the scene, state police investigators arrested and charged Demore's brother, 34-year-old Justin Butterfield, and charged him with murder. Neighbors and a former girlfriend say Butterfield has a history of mental illness. Yeka Provencher says there were increased signs that he was acting erratic and his behavior made neighbors nervous. Butterfield is being held without bail at the Androscoggin County Jail until his initial court appearance this week, perhaps as soon as today. Well, police need the public's help in identifying a man who they say robbed a Goodwill store in Waterville. Police say they responded to the store just after 11:30 Saturday morning. A male suspect was reportedly armed with what appeared to be a firearm under his clothing, which he displayed to the clerk. Police believe the man ran from the store heading south on Spring Street. A canine track did not find the suspect, but police say they did find some pieces of evidence. The suspect is described as a white man about 5 feet 9 inches tall, with wearing a navy blue Red Sox hat with the word Champs on it. If you have any information, you are asked to call the Waterville Police Department. Well, Augusta police arrested a man after they say he stole a police cruiser. An officer had entered the lobby of the police station on Saturday, and when he went back outside to return to his cruiser, it was gone. The stolen car was equipped with a GPS tracker, which was used to locate the vehicle at the Shaw's Plaza in Augusta. Officers spotted the suspect at the plaza. He has since been identified as 27-year-old Kyle King. He was taken into custody and is being held on $300 cash bail at the Kennebec County Jail. The family says they were actually harassed and followed by King through the Shaw's parking lot while he was driving the cruiser just moments before police made the arrest. The two parents and their two young kids walked through the parking lot toward their car when they say they noticed King following behind. Well, the state police is facing a tough issue that's plaguing many law enforcement agencies. As Susan Farley explains, it's left them prioritizing what services they will provide in some rural Maine communities.
The state police now are cutting us back to 1/3, and it's desperate. It's really desperate.
Washington County is large geographically. The sheriff's office and those that are responsible for creating county budgets have been grappling with a problem: how to hire officers for public safety and maintain a budget that doesn't increase taxes.
We look at the crime that's going on in Washington County, and it's increased. We've got 13 murderers sitting in the jail here in Washington County, and we just don't have that coverage.
In the past, the state police and the sheriff's office have shared road patrols. The state police are not pulling out, but they say they are taking a hard look at exactly what they are able to do.
We're looking at what does the state police provide for services, how to prioritize those services that we know that the residents of the state and our law enforcement partners rely on, and trying to prioritize and say, we're going to put those first.
Johnston says those services cover an array of things that pull troopers and detectives from their regular assignments around the state to handle things that are often time-consuming. He says there are also things other municipalities and agencies can't handle because of size and budget.
Things like providing a tactical team for life-and-death high-risk incidents, computer crimes for those complex technical investigations, providing, K9 and, the dive team and the bomb team and some of the critical services.
Johnston says the reason they are being forced into prioritizing what they do is one that's being felt by businesses and law enforcement across the state.
We need to recruit and hire troopers, and that is a very long process with an uncertain outcome. And we don't get the numbers of applicants. Back 20 years ago, you'd get thousands of people that would apply for 30 or 40 vacancies. And you don't get that anymore for various reasons.
He says the state police will keep revisiting the issue.
We're committed to being involved in these counties, continuing to provide rural patrol. But until our staffing level improves, and we're working very hard on trying to hire qualified people.
I'm Susan Farley for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
In other news this morning, longtime educator and former Bangor Superintendent of Schools Betsy Webb has passed away. It was reported earlier in the week last week that Webb had entered hospice care. She passed away Thanksgiving morning. A statement from the school department read, Dr. Webb believed that all students are capable of learning at high levels and that the key to their success is the acceleration of learning. She was a public educator for 38 years and served as the superintendent of the Bangor School Department for 13 of those years. Her legacy will continue through the countless lives of students that she has touched. We extend our condolences to her family at this very difficult time. Betsy Webb passed away Thanksgiving Day. Well, the time now is 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, there are a lot of holiday shopping opportunities in Ellsworth this year as new businesses continue to pop up. We'll have the story. But first, let's take another look at your forecast. Looks like the rain showers will be moving out of the area, setting us up for a nice 44-degree day. Tonight, mostly clear and chilly with a low dipping down to around 20. Tomorrow, a mostly sunny day with highs near 37.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
Hello, Eastern Maine. Watch You Bet Your Life weekdays at 10 a.m. here on ABC 7.
His dogs had escaped from his backyard.
The video shows his two dogs killed Biggie.
You can't really see much in that video.
The dogs broke the boards and forced their way in.
How do you know they're telling the truth?
He died in my arms.
Hot Bench, Monday at 3 on ABC 7.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. With Christmas right around the corner, new ways to shop have started popping up. David Ledford has the story from Ellsworth.
Now that Thanksgiving has passed, the holiday shopping season is in full swing, and pop-up shops have returned to the Maine Coast Mall in Ellsworth. According to Kristen Wasson, the mall's pop-up shop coordinator, customers can expect to find a variety of gift options this holiday season.
We have a lot of handcrafted items. We have older people, younger people. It's a really good group of people. We have etched glasses. People do crocheting and knitting, and we have some really cool things in here.
Wasson says there are a total of 30 vendors who are always ready to sell on both weekends and weekdays, with many more coming in to share their unique items during the week only. Some vendors say this annual event offers shoppers an experience they won't find at other stores, especially during the holidays.
You're not just walking and getting something off a shelf. You're getting that human connection, that love, and it's special. So that just makes the gift even more worth giving.
Now in its 10th season, vendors say the craft fair has built a reputation as the place to find the best stocking stuffers. However, some feel that the event's best feature is its atmosphere.
It's a nice environment here. It's a very, very special place. A lot of different vendors that I've seen over the last few years keep coming back. It's like kind of like a family.
The annual craft fair will run through Christmas Eve, with shops open every day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, meanwhile, Maine-made goods were on display at the United Maine Craftsman's 47th Annual Thanksgiving Arts and Crafts Show. That happened on Friday. Locals flocked to the craft fair at State Street and Brewer on a day when many Americans looked to big box retailers to find the best holiday deals. Others took time to support their local craftsmen and women.
You can't find unique items like this over at the mall, so absolutely. This is very fun too.
And the craft work is superb.
Really
good crafters.
I think people still appreciate handmade, handcrafted. We don't think of it as much in Maine, but tourist spots love Maine-made gifts. And, you know, you look around, that's what it is. Nothing better.
Well, lots of great work was on display, and also nice to see Mainers supporting each other during this holiday season. Local firefighters took to the streets Friday and Saturday to fill the boot for a good cause. In what is known as the Fill the Boot tradition, Bangor firefighters walked the intersection of Bangor Mall Boulevard and Hogan Road, collecting donations in their boots. The money will all go to the Muscular Dystrophy Association of Northern New England and support the fight against muscular dystrophy. Firefighters say that locals enjoy having a fun way to get involved.
So far, the response has been overwhelmingly positive. People are kicking off their holiday shopping seasons by being extremely generous and helping us fight these neuromuscular diseases.
The firefighters hope to raise as much as $10,000 for MDA research, adding to their contributions that began way back in 1954. According to Jared Bowden, the funds provided by the International Association of Firefighters have helped to create 19 different medications to fight muscular diseases. To support the Muscular Dystrophy Association, you can simply visit mda.org. And a unique piece of history has temporarily come back to life to bring some holiday joy to people in Orrington. The 1894 Armitage Herschel Carousel at the 19th century Curran Village in Orrington sprung to life, offering rides to visitors on Thanksgiving and Black Friday. Once powered by steam and now powered by a more modern compressed air unit, the carousel provided a little Thanksgiving treat for area families to enjoy while they cooked their turkey. Director of the Curran Homestead Village, Robert Schmick, says the ride received a warm welcome from visitors.
So I've been connected with this carousel since 2013, and we never ran it this late in the season. A lot of people local, but we've had people from away here who are visiting family for the holiday come and ride the carousel.
The carousel will unfortunately be closed until spring, but you can find more information on future events at the homestead by visiting their Facebook or their website at curranhomestead.org. If you haven't been there yet, you ought to make a plan to head on over there. It really is worth the visit. Well, the time now is 6:18. Coming up after the break, China's zero COVID policy is sparking mass demonstrations and calls for the resignation of the nation's leaders. Plus, the rising cost of real Christmas trees as some areas face Christmas tree shortages. We'll have those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered for the seasons ahead with an affordable Kia for everyone. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrids, and fully electric vehicles. Find your next vehicle here. You'll get more car for less money when you upgrade at Van Sickle Kia. Plus, you'll get Kia's market-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business. Get started at vansicklekia.com.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Christmas is really about the kids. And as always, Rennie's has a great selection of toys this Christmas season.
That is so true. I mean, look at all this stuff. Green toys, Tonka, Dream Collection dolls. We have so much more and plenty of it. We're holding the line on our already low prices through the end of the year. So get to Rennie's and get your shopping done. Can you tell Santa?
Thank you for shopping locally.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
When Cat Tracks in LaGrange wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Cat Tracks in LaGrange is your dealer for Hewitt lifts and Rolodocks, with the goal to get you on the lake faster than anyone else.
This week, make a splash with 3 of the biggest stars from one of the most anticipated movies of all time. Zoe, Sigourney, and Sam. Plus, Joe Jonas is in the house live. And don't forget about Mindy.
I'm not missing out on this.
On Good Morning America.
Now to the rising tensions in China, where protesters are storming the streets, and many are demanding President Xi Jinping step down immediately. The heated demonstrations are largely driven by frustrations with China's zero COVID policy and are surging in size and scope to levels not seen in decades. The ripple effects are already being felt this morning. ABC's Justin Finch has more from Washington.
Across China, citizens and police clashing in the streets. Law enforcement racing to contain remarkable shows of opposition to China's President Xi Jinping. Some in Beijing openly calling for him to step down. This woman saying we should end his dictatorship and Xi only cares about himself. Frustrations with China's super strict zero COVID policy prompting thousands to protest Xi and his Communist Party while demanding freedom and denouncing censorship.
The zero COVID policy has been a disaster, both economically and politically inside China.
Asian financial markets were down in early trading on news of the rare China protest and supply chain concerns. At Foxconn's largest iPhone plant, police in hazmat suits seen coming to blows with protesters last week, following reports of workers upset by delays in bonus payouts and the company's handling of a COVID outbreak. Apple already reporting delays for some iPhone models. The demonstrations ramping up after 10 people died in a fire at an apartment complex in the western city of Urumqi. Residents blaming China's COVID measures for hindering rescue efforts, claiming it took fire crews 3 hours to knock out flames, which officials deny. The world now watching to see how President Xi responds.
It is unimaginable that they will try to resolve the issue by backing down, changing the policy. It is not the Xi Jinping style.
And the BBC is condemning China's arrest of one of its photographers while covering anti-government protests in Shanghai, saying he was also beaten by Chinese police. The BBC says it didn't receive immediate explanation or apology and is refuting officials' claims he was arrested to protect him from COVID. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Meanwhile, a terrifying ordeal for two people trapped aboard a downed airplane in Maryland. Take a look at this. A pilot and passenger are safe this morning after a small plane crashed into some power lines. The single-engine Mooney was left dangling 100 feet above the ground as rescuers worked to save the people on board. It was a tricky rescue. After several hours, the two people were finally brought to safety around 2:50 this morning. They weren't seriously injured, and power has since been restored to that area. Incredible. Well, Ukrainians are bracing for a harsh winter, being made even worse with Russian President Vladimir Putin's relentless attacks on the country, with the eastern and southern parts of Ukraine being hit with shelling overnight as utility crews scramble to restore power following the countless attacks. Fox's Jeff Paul is in the capital of Kyiv with the latest.
While most folks here in Kyiv have their power back on, this city is still very much in the dark. Most of those lights deemed unnecessary have been turned off, and there's still a chance for planned outages as this entire country works to conserve as much energy as possible. On top of that, the temperatures really took a dip today, at times sitting just below freezing. Most of the Kyiv region spent the day getting blanketed by several inches of snow. And while millions throughout Ukraine struggle to deal with the cold weather and at times lack of basic utilities, the fighting, especially in eastern and southern Ukraine, continues. In newly liberated Kherson, despite a withdrawal of Russian forces, the city is still getting shelled. The strikes on civilian areas are now forcing many families who just returned to pack what they can back up and evacuate.
For 3 or 4 days there was no shelling, nothing. And then began an all-day-long nightmare. The Russians started to terrorize us. They would strike chaotically. They had no targets, no military targets, no infrastructure, just residential areas.
As the snow continues to fall and the temperatures are only getting colder, it's unclear how the weather will impact the war moving forward. But I can tell you today, just being out with our crew, it was really hard just walking around. You would hit pockets of mud, in other cases snow, and sometimes downright ice. In Kyiv, Jeff Paul, Fox News.
And the time now is 6:25. Let's get a full look at our weather forecast. It looks like things will be clearing up today. Here's Conrad.
Thank you so much. Our main weather today is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Oronoa, Maine. So we do have some small craft advisory, folks, that is in effect until the morning hours tomorrow. So a whole 24 hours of that. We did have a little bit of rain, actually a good amount of rain, over half an inch piled up here in Bangor, even a couple of inches of snow all the way up north. Of course, temperatures a little bit colder up there, but overall, we are looking clear. Most of this is starting to move out of the region. As you can see, those heavier batches of rain is out of the state so far, and that's going to continue to be out of the region. Today, though, we'll continue to have some decrease in clouds. That's going to continue into the overnight hours, and then tomorrow we'll see lots of sunshine. But hey, can't have the best of both worlds. Temperatures will be a little bit more on the cooler end, and there is more rain on the way in the next couple of days. We're thinking maybe 3/4 to an inch of rain will be possible with this one, so a little bit more of a rainmaker coming up. Temperatures, though, have been chilly. We've had some below average temperatures the last couple of weeks, 30s and 40s, besides the last several days where we did have temperatures in the 40s, even the 50s on Sunday. So temperatures were a little bit warmer above average at that. We should be at around 41 degrees this time around. Today, we'll pretty much be hovering around that. Tomorrow, a little bit chilly. But look at on a Wednesday, 50 degrees, and then a little bit cooler by Thursday into Friday. Saturday, another rebound in temperatures, and bam, another roller coaster down by Sunday. So it's going to be pretty much an up and down type of trend the next week. Today, though, temperatures will continue to rise, hovering in those mid-40s. Some rain showers in the morning, then quickly moving out. Decreasing clouds later in the day. Tonight, though, same story. Mostly clear skies. Temperatures will get cold, though. 21 degrees, so bundle up for your morning commute tomorrow as we only hover in those mid-30s. At least we have lots of sunshine outside, mostly sunny skies. Our extended forecast outlook does show more rain moving in by the afternoon hours on Wednesday. This is going to be pretty heavy rain lingering into Thursday, and then by Friday we start to clear up with temperatures on the cooler end in those mid-30s.
Did you know that an alpaca item is the most wish-listed gift idea? Stop searching for that perfect gift and start shopping for it at the Blue Alpaca in Belfast. It doesn't matter who's on your gift list, the Blue Alpaca has something for everyone with an incredible selection of alpaca socks, hats, sweaters, even stuffed animals and more. Shop in-store or online and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. Too much to choose from? Don't worry, the Blue Alpaca also offers gift cards. The Blue Alpaca, feel the difference.
This week on Wheel, Quincy's representing his college.
I made a 4.0 last semester.
And his parents.
They're both educators, and they had a little tussle about who gave me the skills to be here.
Fonzie's got a sixth sense.
I'm psychic.
What am I thinking right now, Fonzie?
That I'm crazy.
He's psychic! Lulu's mama loves Pat.
She said Pat was probably a really cute baby.
And everyone loves Wheel.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
This week on Jeopardy!
If you're tuning in hoping to see a great champion on an incredible streak, well, you're in luck.
Our 15-game champ.
He has runaways in 13 of his first 15 games.
Has been dominating.
He's responded correctly to 32 of the 35 daily doubles he's landed on so far.
With over $500,000 in winnings.
Averaging over $35,000 a game.
But will his streak be stopped?
You can take the lead against Chris. I don't say that lightly.
On Jeopardy!
All this week at 7:30, only on ABC 7.
Dear Santa, I hope you are having a good day in the North Pole. Is it cold all the time there? Is that why your cheeks are so rosy? My mom says I'm a good helper, but you didn't come last year. Was my chimney broken? I just really hope this year when I wake up, I'm gonna see that you came to my house too.
Donate and help the Marines deliver hope to a child in need. There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back, everyone. A popular holiday tradition may make a deeper cut in shoppers' wallets this year. Just like many other things these days, the cost of Christmas trees are on the rise. David Ledford has the story.
Thanksgiving leftovers have only just begun to cool, but Bangor families are already lining up to pick out their Christmas trees this holiday weekend. However, according to Melissa Higgins, general manager at Sprague's Nursery and Garden Center, locals embarking on the hunt for the perfect tree may find less options and higher prices.
So luckily for us, we have our own Christmas trees. However, there is a huge shortage. You will see that Christmas trees are more expensive this year, primarily because the cost of harvesting them, the fertilizer cost, the trucking cost, the labor cost, everything has inflated.
Higgins believes that there are a number of reasons for the Christmas tree shortage in the state, but says that a lack of workers is a primary factor.
There are not enough working people who can aid in the harvest of the Christmas tree business.
Others think that environmental influences have contributed to the issue.
This year's weather was a challenge, so I do expect that to impact a little bit of our growth.
Despite the shortage issues some have faced this holiday season, those who came out early for their Christmas trees were excited to find one that was just right.
It's got to be the right height, so about 8 feet. It's got to be full. It's got to have a lot of branches because we've got a lot of ornaments. And nothing beats the real thing.
Above all, some say that they are just happy to see the festivities begin.
To come out here and hear the saws and the, oh, that's perfect, and the giggles, it's what keeps me in the holiday spirit.
David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Very nice. Now all they need is a little snow to add to that picture. The theater, a theater, is kicking off the holiday season by bringing back a beloved tradition. The Grand in Ellsworth welcomed back Robinson Ballet for a rendition of the Nutcracker. According to Kimberly Fitch, the operations manager at the Grand, Bangor's Robinson Ballet has been coming to the theater for decades to delight the city of Ellsworth with their talents. Tickets for the performance quickly sold out, showing a promising start to the Grand's holiday season.
That's a great sense of community. The Grand belongs to everybody, and to have 2 sold-out shows, 800 people in 48 hours is a wonderful feeling, especially for Ellsworth.
From now until December 18th, the Grand will have a variety of shows to get patrons into the holiday spirit. For more information, you can visit grandonline.org. I think people are just eager to get back out there and do things again. Well, still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll have lots more news to tell you about, including today's Mr. Food segment, and we'll also hear what's the latest is in home entertainment. Don't go away.
His dogs had escaped from his backyard.
The video shows his 2 dogs killed Biggie.
You can't really see much in that video.
The dogs broke the boards and forced their way in.
How do you know they're telling the truth?
He died in my arms.
Hot Bench. Monday at 3 on ABC 7.
How do you figure that it's not your fault? If not yours, then whose?
Marilyn Millian.
Look, Miss.
Don't call me Miss, it's Judge.
Well, Miss Judge.
Not Miss Judge, just Judge.
The People's Court.
I like your style, Judge.
All this week at 4 on ABC 7.
Half-off deals. Save money at foxbangor.com right now. Get the best deals from restaurants, family fun activities, events, and your favorite stores all in one place. Go to foxbangor.com and click on half-off deals and see all the money you could be saving. Half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Sarah's House is a cancer hospitality house. It basically serves people on their cancer journey. As they're battling cancer, they have to come down to Brewer to the treatment center here, and they can come from all different places in the state, as far away as Eastport to Aroostook County even. We've had guests come from all over. So if you live greater than 30 miles away, you have a place to come and be at home while you receive treatment. And really, usually guests become lifelong friends. So it's a connection unlike anything you'll ever see, and it's a place unlike anywhere I've ever been.
For the first half of his life, Ed Bushy hid his inability to read from everyone until a crisis led him to confront his secret. So he called literacy volunteers at Bangor. He got a tutor, and he learned to read. For the rest of his life, Ed promoted literacy to anyone who would listen. Ed's granddaughter, Kayla, was listening. Her grandfather's story inspired her to volunteer as a literacy tutor. Like Kayla, you can help us reach and teach people like Ed. The need is great, especially now. Become a tutor with Literacy Volunteers today.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, today is Monday, November 28th, 2022. It is also Cyber Monday, the busiest online shopping day of the year. We'll have more details on that in just a few moments. But first, on this day in history, in 1520, Portuguese navigator Ferdinand Magellan reached the Pacific Ocean after passing through the South American strait that now bears his name. In 1964, the United States launched the space probe Mariner 4 on a course toward Mars, which it flew past the following year, sending back pictures of the red planet. And in 2016, the first commercial flight from the U.S. to Havana in more than 50 years arrived in Cuba as the island began a week-long memorial service for Fidel Castro following his death. Today's birthdays include former David Letterman sidekick and band director Paul Schaefer, who is 73. Actor Ed Harris is 72. Actor Judd Nelson is 63. Remember him on The Breakfast Club. And comedian Jon Stewart is 60 years old. Congratulations and happy birthday to all of them. We're going to check out the forecast now. When I came into work around 3:30 this morning, the rain was still falling. It was quite steady out there at the time, but it's supposed to ease up as the morning rolls along. For more on what we can expect, let's turn things over to Conrad.
Thank you so much. Our first weather today is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Oronoa, Maine. So visibilities are a little bit down today, and that is because we got more rain. Yes, more rain is still lingering in the area. For the most part, it is gone. Most of that heavy rain is out of the region. We do actually have a little bit of snow even to the north. A couple of inches have piled up, but overall it is looking pretty good. As this low pressure system continues to move out of the region, that's a good sign for us because that means later in the day we'll have some decreasing clouds. Temperatures, though, are pretty much in those upper 30s to low 40s for the most part. Besides the coast, look at the coast. Look at Machias coming in at 50 degrees, Bar Harbor, Rockland in those mid to upper 40s right now. That's a whole different story compared to the temperatures all the way up north where there is a little bit of snow falling. Today, though, temperatures will be rebounding, hovering in those mid 40s. Some rain showers in the morning, but it will quickly start to move away. Decreasing clouds later in the day today. Tonight, though, temperatures will be cold. 21 degrees is the low under a mostly clear sky, so decreasing clouds continuing into the overnight hours. Tomorrow, temperatures will be chilly, hovering in those mid-30s with a mostly sunny sky. Later on today, though, like I said, we'll have some decreasing clouds and temperatures continuing to rise into those mid-40s.
All right, thank you very much, Conrad. Well, we turn now to Cyber Monday, the busiest day of the year to shop online. But the key is knowing what to buy. ABC's Andrea Fuji has more.
Cyber Monday spending is expected to top $11 billion today. The deepest discounts are expected to be on TVs, laptops, and beauty products.
Cyber Monday's roots are in tech. So anything that is tech related that you did not get on Black Friday, but that you want, so Cyber Monday's the time to get it.
As for larger purchases, this Thursday, December 1st, is when appliances are expected to be at their lowest price, averaging 18% off at most retailers. A huge factor looming over the holiday season is inflation at a 40-year high. The Federal Reserve has raised interest rates 6 times this year to cool the economy and bring down spending, putting pressure on retailers to sell as much as they can now.
They know that their budget's getting eaten up by their heating bill, their rent, these necessity grocery purchases. So the pressure is on, for them to compete with each other and offer the richest deal possible.
On Black Friday, Americans spent more than $9 billion shopping online, a 2% increase from last year and higher than forecasted. But retailers are still losing ground when factoring in 7% inflation. And to cope with higher prices, many shoppers are turning to flexible payment plans. According to one estimate, buy now, pay later payments increased by 78% on Black Friday compared to the previous week.
Some economists say that the strong labor market is supporting this holiday spending, but it is unclear what happens if hiring slows in the new year.
As for what not to buy on Cyber Monday, wait on mattresses and furniture. Experts say better deals on those items can be had on President's Day. Andrea Fuji, ABC News, New York.
And still to come here on Good Morning Maine, Tyler Cruz will have all the day sports news. But first, let's take another look at that forecast. It looks like the rain will be moving out of the area today, so hang in there. Tomorrow, a mostly sunny day. Highs will be up in the upper 30s. We'll be right back.
Rennie's a Maine adventure.
What's going on, Adam?
I'm just trying to stay warm this winter.
You got to stay warm this winter and come to Rennie's to do just that. We got lots of boots. We got Kamek, we got Sorel, Columbia, you name it. We got ice cleats, we got snow pants, we got lots of hot hands, and for your toes too. Get to Rennie's, get ready for winter.
I have to get into these things.
Thank you for shopping local.
Rennie's a Maine adventure.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
Happy holidays from Osborne's Plumbing and Heating in Bucksport and Ellsworth, featuring boiler and furnace replacement, gas or oil. Happy holidays from Natural Living Center, featuring a huge selection of natural and organic groceries, health and beauty supplies, and much more. Merry Christmas to all from the crew at Guilford Hardware, 66 Water Street, Guilford.
What's the least sexy thing your wife has ever worn in the bedroom?
Granny panties, Steve.
Don't miss Family Feud. Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. I am here with Adam Robinson of the Bangor Daily News. Adam, thanks for coming on. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was fantastic, Tyler. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. So we are just 2 weeks away from, on Friday, we're 2 weeks away from the high school basketball season kicking off, from our first Friday night Fast Break show. I know you're not part of that, but I'm excited for that. Yep. So now that we're at that season, we'll start talking a little high school basketball. We'll start with Class AA here. Bangor girls made a run last year. They're bringing back Emmy Streams. Yep. Can they make that final push this year, get past Oxford Hills, get past Cheverus?
I think they have a chance. Emmy Streams, just an incredible defender, can lock up your best player. It'll be tough to get through Oxford Hills with Sierra Carson and Cheverus with Maddie Fitzpatrick and Emma Lazat. But if they can find someone who can score 10, 15, maybe a couple players on the team that can do that at a time every game, I think they can run with just about everybody.
I think that's a big question mark, is who's the supporting cast for Streams. Last year you had the Barron twins, you had Layla Martinez. This year, someone's got to step it up, as you mentioned there. And then for boys, I think Oxford Hills is probably one of the better players in the state, Tegan Pelletier.
Yeah, I would go as far as to say Tegan Pelletier is the best player in the state. They return a lot of guard play too, and they'll just go as far as Tegan brings them. JP Estrella's gone from South Portland, and the AA boys title is up for grabs.
It's going to be a fun region to watch, fun class to watch. We'll move down, just go down the list right here. Talking about best players in the state, in Class A, on the girls and the boys side, the best players in the state graduated, leaving their teams that they led to a gold ball. Kind of to figure things out, you have Skowhegan on the girls' side, Nokomis on the boys' side. Of those two, where do they go from there?
Well, Nokomis brings back 5 players from last year, Madden White among one of them, and I visited them this past week, and Coach Earl Anderson's very excited about what he has. Yeah, likes the experience they got from last year, and excited to see where this new group kind of takes them, taking from what they earned last year, a Class A state title.
And as for Skowhegan, they lose J.C. Christopher, but they still bring back Callaway LePage. They bring back the Morris twins. Can you see them getting back to that gold ball game, even winning the gold ball again?
I think that they can get to that spot. J.C. Christopher, obviously best player in the state last year on the girls' side, but you learn a lot from getting to a state game, learning how to win a state game, and I think that they'll take that experience they got from last year. They bring back enough this year. I think that they can find their way back into that title game.
JC was a force in that semifinal, the regional semifinals game, but really she had a lot of help from a good supporting cast to get through the rest of the playoffs. I want to touch back on Class A boys, because that top 3 was pretty heavy last year. Brewer, Skowhegan, Nokomis, and I see that top 3 kind of being heavy again. What do you see from those 3 teams?
Yeah, Nokomis is going to fight and be right up there. I think Brewer is the team to beat probably in that class. You have Brock Flagg, Brady Saunders, so and then Skowhegan brings back Adam Savage, who can score at all 3 levels. So I really like what those 2 teams have, but Nokomis isn't going to go down without a fight. So I think it's 3-team race. You always have somebody that comes up also out of that lower group. So I'm really excited for Class A. That's probably the class I'm looking at the most.
That was probably one of the most exciting classes last year, too, with Class A. So we'll move on now. Just, again, keep going down the classes. Yeah. Class B, we'll start with boys right now. Ellsworth from the north making it to the state finals game, but dropping that game. They lose Hunter Curtis, but they bring back Chance Mercier. Can Chance bring them back to the promised land?
Yeah, there's a lot of hype around Chance Mercier this year. I really liked his game last year and excited to watch him a lot more being up here with the Bangor Daily News. I think that he has enough. Obviously, Hunter Curtis, big loss. But I think that he can bring that group to the top. But it's going to be a tough run.
What I liked about Ellsworth last year was just how quick the ball movement was. And I think Chance was probably the main part of that. We'll go down to Class C now. That Dirigo-Dexter state championship game, probably the best game of the entire tournament. I'll go out on a limb here and say that with Charlie Houghton hitting that buzzer beater. Both teams return their best players. Can that rematch happen?
I think so. That Dirigo team, you mentioned it with Charlie Houghton, a really strong player that maybe not a lot of teams and fans know of, but they know now. Charlie Houghton, Trenton Hutchinson, a lot of guys in that senior class coming back, and like you said, Dexter brings back Will, and I think a rematch is in order.
And I think in Class C, Central girls, they're going to be a team to beat in Class C girls North this year, at least. We'll see how far Izzy Allen can bring them. And then in Class D, Southern Aroostook just sweeping the state title games. One of them was a complete blowout. Do you see that happening again this year, or is there someone from Class D South that can challenge them? Well,
especially on the girls' side, I think Southern Aroostook, 4 in a row, getting to the title game. I think that they'll make it 5. They bring back a whole bunch of different players. On the boys' side, they beat Forest Hills in the final. They lose Hunter Burpee, but they bring back Dylan Burpee. So we'll see. I think that's going to be a lot closer, D-boys, but especially the girls, Southern Aroostook. What a powerhouse.
Yeah, right. So those are our way too early predictions for the high school basketball season, kind of like they do with college basketball. College basketball, we no time to touch on Chris Marker today, but that has to be an interesting beat to cover.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Chris is a great guy. He's got those guys really enjoying basketball. They've won a lot of good games. They beat Boston College, and they're on the right track here.
Awesome. All right, Adam, thank you for staying with us. We will be back for Friday Night Fast Break when basketball season kicks off December 9th, the first show. I am looking forward to it. That's all the time we have for sports, though. We'll be right back.
Don't cry, don't whine. Get yours where I got mine. At BB's Tattoo Company, 262 Moosehead Trail, Newport.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrid, or fully electric. Brand new 2023 Kia Sportage, Sorento, Soul, Forte, and more. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or the affordable Sporty Forte with 41 mpg highway. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Portical in Bucksport is closing its doors after 17 years in business. All inventory is on sale, including Christmas jewelry, pajamas, socks, imports including Harris tweed handbags, wallets and purses from Scotland, woolen scarves from Ireland, gloves, alpaca socks, scarves, and hats. Also, all fragrance gifts, including Inish fragrances from Ireland, man bar soaps, hand-painted silk scarves, plush toys, sleep hoodies, and so much more. Perfect for Christmas shopping. Portical, 69 Main Street, Bucksport.
DVD, digital, and music releases this week includes a psychological thriller, a crime thriller, an Emmy-winning sci-fi drama, and more. Here's Fox's Kristen Goodwin with a list of new releases.
Welcome to the Victory Project.
Olivia Wilde's psychological thriller, Don't Worry, Darling, tops this week's list of what's new in home entertainment. The film is the second directorial feature for Wilde, who also stars alongside Florence Pugh, Harry Styles, and Chris Pine. It centers on a 1950s housewife who discovers disturbing secrets about her utopian experimental community.
In the next hour, you will make $200 cash, but you will have to do something illegal.
Aubrey Plaza stars in the crime thriller Emily the Criminal. She plays an art school grad who turns to a life of crime to pay off her student loans.
You've forgotten who you are.
Small screen favorites available to own. The fourth and final season of HBO's Emmy-winning sci-fi drama Westworld, starring Evan Rachel Wood, Jeffrey Wright, Ed Harris, and Tandy Wayne Newton.
He was so alive.
Seasons 1 and 2 of Kaylee Cuoco's Emmy-nominated series The Flight Attendant centers on an airline worker who accidentally gets involved in a murder mystery.
You've read The Godfather, right?
Godfather.
And the limited series The Offer chronicles the making of Francis Ford Coppola's 1972 Oscar-winning classic The Godfather. It stars Miles Teller, Matthew Goode, and Dan Fogler.
That's movie magic, baby.
In Hollywood, Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
All right, we really like to take a look at that. Now we're going to turn our attention to the weather forecast again. As we said earlier, it looks like the rain will be moving out and the sunshine will be returning. It'll be a process, though. Here's Conrad with the details.
Thank you so much. Our main weather today is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Oronoa, Maine. So we do have some small craft advisory, folks, that is in effect until the morning hours tomorrow. So a whole 24 hours of that. We did have a little bit of rain, actually a good amount of rain, over half an inch piled up here in Bangor, even a couple of inches of snow all the way up north. Of course, temperatures a little bit colder up there, but overall, we are looking clear. Most of this is starting to move out of the region. As you can see, those heavier batches of rain is out of the state so far, and that's going to continue to be out of the region. Today, though, we'll continue to have some decreasing clouds. That's going to continue into the overnight hours, and then tomorrow we'll see lots of sunshine. But hey, can't have the best of both worlds. Temperatures will be a little bit more on the cooler end, and there is more rain on the way in the next couple of days. We're thinking maybe 3/4 to an inch of rain will be possible with this one, so a little bit more of a rainmaker coming up. Temperatures, though, have been chilly. We've had some below average temperatures the last couple of weeks, 30s and 40s, besides the last several days where we did have temperatures in the 40s, even the 50s on Sunday. So temperatures were a little bit warmer above average at that. We should be at around 41 degrees this time around. Today, we'll pretty much be hovering around that. Tomorrow, a little bit chilly. But look at on Wednesday, 50 degrees, and then a little bit cooler by Thursday into Friday. Saturday, another rebound in temperatures, and bam, another roller coaster down by Sunday. So it's going to be pretty much an up and down type of trend the next week. Today, though, temperatures will continue to rise, hovering in those mid-40s. Some rain showers in the morning, then quickly moving out. Decreasing clouds later in the day. Tonight, though, same story. Mostly clear skies. Temperatures will get cold, though. 21 degrees, so bundle up for your morning commute tomorrow as we only hover in those mid-30s. At least we have lots of sunshine outside, mostly sunny skies. Our extended forecast outlook does show more rain moving in by the afternoon hours on Wednesday. This is going to be pretty heavy rain lingering into Thursday, and then by Friday we start to clear up with temperatures on the cooler end in those mid-30s.
Thank you, Conrad. Back with a visit with Mr. Food right after this.
Did you know that Renewal by Andersen will replace your windows any time of the year and in any weather? Made with our exclusive Fibrix material, which is vastly superior to vinyl, never needs painting, and resists warping and bowing. We custom build your replacement windows in the USA and back them with the nation's best warranty. Call Renewal by Andersen for your free consultation. Don't miss this money-saving deal with great financing. Installation is always included. Call now.
breakfast bagels are back at McDonald's. A fluffy egg, 2 slices of cheese, and your choice of a steak patty, bacon, or sausage, all in a toasted bagel. Breakfast bagels are back, but only for a limited time.
I'm Jay Pearl from Carroll Harper & Associates, Maine's most experienced Medicare health plans agency. Every day we hear how complicated navigating the Medicare maze can be. Let us help. From enrolling in Medicare to finding the right Medicare health plan, we are your go-to agency. We represent Martins Point Generations Advantage and other Medicare health plans that meet our quality standards. There's no cost or obligation for our services, so call Carroll Harper & Associates today.
Hank's Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero-turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to snowblowers, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hank's Husqvarna, Carmel, or Newport.
Sextuplet births are incredibly rare.
Each of your babies gets their own dedicated team of doctors.
She's more than likely too sick to survive.
Sending good vibes into the universe so good things come back.
The Good Doctor, new tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
I hope you had a great Thanksgiving weekend. With today being Cyber Monday, I bet many of you have been up since the crack of dawn, taking advantage of all the online sales. I know this time of year can be a bit stressful, which is why I thought I'd share a recipe that always makes me feel good. It's a version of my mom's chicken soup, and it's sure to help soothe your soul after a busy few days. We start by adding some bone-in chicken to a large soup pot, along with some carrots, celery, onions, and a bit of salt and pepper. Now we fill the pot with some water and let it simmer until the chicken starts to fall off the bones. Once this happens, we add some chicken base or bouillon cubes to kick up the flavor. Then we remove the chicken and separate the meat from the bones and the skin, and back into the soup pot it goes. Of course, you can serve it with some cooked noodles, rice, or even matzo balls if you'd like. To get the recipe for Mom's Chicken Soup, all you need to do is check out our website. And since it makes a bunch, feel free to freeze any leftovers so you have it on hand whenever you feel a cold coming on. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found my mom's special way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Classic comfort food. Good stuff on a cold winter's day. That's it for now, folks. We thank you for joining us. Good Morning America is next here on ABC 7. We will continue broadcasting on Fox 22. We hope you have a wonderful day.
Benelli Pizzeria in Ellsworth, now under new ownership, has been using fresh ingredients and ideas on top of our award-winning pizza doughs and sauces for more than 20 years. Come try our famous New York-style pizza. We're sure you'll agree. It's the best pizza you've ever tasted.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news, and Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
Hometown Health Center in Newport and Dexter wishes you the happiest of holidays. Come see us and have a healthy new year. Get your hearing aids at Dover Audiology in Dover Foxcroft. Better hearing brings us closer to the joys of the holidays. Happy holidays from Berg Activewear. See us for screen printing and embroidery for your team's, club, or gift giving. Visit bergactivewear.com.
Let your creativity run free at the Creative Arts Center, where